I, 28 years old female, am about to get married in September. The date is getting closer and the stress is rising. Our families wanted us to increase the guest count by a lot, but they left us to deal with all the guests, so I'm being bombarded with issues left and right. We're also in the process of moving together, and he is in the process of changing jobs, so needless to say there's a lot going on. I asked my sister-in-law and best friend, 29 years old female, to be my bridesmaids. I never expected any help from them, but my best friend offered to help. I said okay, but I wasn't planning on asking her to do anything, so pretty much she just tagged along whenever I was out for wedding stuff and my fiancé couldn't come. We went from seeing each other once every 1 or 2 months to talking every day and meeting up weekly. She's single and has been so for some time now. I'd give her advice in the past, but she'd get mad at me, so I stopped and just let her vent. She brings up the topic every single time we talk. I try to be sympathetic because maybe my marriage is getting to her, but there's only so much I can do. Moreover, she'll make snide remarks about her being better than me in some way, so she shouldn't be single. Here's where I might be an a-hole. She has a history of going after guys who don't respect her. She'll sleep with any guy she remotely likes the first time they meet. I don't agree with her choices, but they don't affect me, so I never judged her for this. Until last week. It started off as her complaining through text and asking to call. I told her I was with some vendors and I'd call her later that night. Since she knows my venue, she said she'll come. She came, interrupted the meeting, asked me why didn't I inform her before, and was overall obnoxious. Anytime my vendors would distance themselves, she'd non-stop complain about her last fling who basically slept with her and ditched. I tried to be understanding, but I was getting increasingly frustrated, and eventually I just blurted out that it's her fault she's single because she just sleeps with them as soon as possible, and they obviously get the message that she isn't looking for a relationship. This is verbatim what I said. I didn't raise my voice or appear flustered when I said it. I just said the words. She got upset, yelled at me, and left. At that moment my vendors came back, so I said nothing. I felt very guilty and wanted to apologize as soon as I got home, but when I got there I met my fiancé, so I told him what happened. He told me not to apologize, that she was in the wrong, and emphasized how I'm always the one who goes to her to rekindle our relationship whenever stuff happens. I understand his point of view. I don't want to be a pushover, but I'm pretty sure I will lose her as a friend if I don't reach out. I'm extremely torn on what to do, but he's adamant that she's the one in the wrong, and if I apologize first I'll appear as guilty, which in his opinion I'm not. So, am I the a-hole and should I reach out? In my opinion, not the a-hole. She sounds lost and frustrated with life. You saying that might help her. No need to reach her, she will reach you anytime, and then you give her tips. Now, the comments. First, we have the exalted noob that says, not the a-hole. With her interrupting a meeting for a non-emergency, the rest is irrelevant. You set reasonable boundaries and she disrespected them. If sleeping with someone the first night actually means not looking for a relationship is also irrelevant. She pushed stuff onto you and you said what you think. I actually disagree with that point, but you are firmly not the a-hole. I see no reason to reach out as long as she shows no signs of understanding that she disrespected your boundaries. Now, we have Supergirl Krypton that says, not the a-hole. Could you have said something different? Sure. Maybe Eastern, this is not the place to be talking about this. I have to attend to this now. We will talk about this later in private. However, I don't think she would have listened to this if she's interrupting meetings with vendors to talk about what should be a private conversation. You said that out of exasperation. Last but not least, we have any dress that says, not the a-hole. And find a new bridesmaid as soon as possible. You are not her therapist, and she is going to make your entire wedding experience miserable because she can't stand to see you happy when she's not. Ask me how I know. Tell me your thoughts on this subject down below. Thank you for watching. If you liked the video, consider clicking on the like button. It doesn't cost you anything and helps support the channel. Comment whatever is in your mind. I love seeing your points of view. I wish you all the best. Love.